According to a new Ipsos poll, nearly 70% of Americans believe that former President Trump paid off Stormy Daniels during the 2016 election. Joining me now to help break down some of that data is a president of the U.S. Public Affairs at Ipsos, Clifford Young. Clifford, thanks so much for being here.
It's great to be here.
So obviously a historic day yesterday, the first president in history to be criminally indicted. A lot of details to unravel here, but tell us about your poll. When was it actually taken? Who was involved?
Yeah, we took the poll up to the indictment. It wasn't after the indictment. Indeed, we have polling in the field today. We'll have some data tomorrow. So we're looking at the perspective of America right before Trump was indicted, and it was a representative sample of the entire United States.
So what did you find? Was it pretty much what you expected? Because we are really a divided nation right now.
Yeah, I think that's the punchline. I mean, we are divided. We're a tale of two Americas, one red and one blue, and we find those differences across a whole host of domains and policy areas. From immigration to gun control to women's rights, as an example. And we find it with the Trump indictment as well. Republicans see it one way and Democrats see it very much another way.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the big question is going to be, and what will be interesting with your poll is to see if there will be a shift on how public opinion changes now that Trump's actually been indicted, because the Republicans are saying true to the fact that this is a political witch hunt, that they are just going after Trump, that they're using this as a weaponizing political agenda. But then the Democrats are saying, listen, while this is not pretty, we shouldn't be celebrating this. No one's above the law. We should trust the justice system. What are you hearing from your pollsters? Did you ask them any specific questions, or was it just about their feelings kind of going into this next presidential run?
No, well, we asked those specific questions as well. And so we asked Americans in general, is this indictment, or would this indictment be politically motivated? And a slight majority of Americans say yes. But huge partisan differences. Approximately 80% of Republicans think it's a witch hunt, it's politically motivated, it isn't fair, and only 30% of Democrats. And while we don't have a crystal ball right this moment, we don't know what's going to happen, we can look at history. And if we take, for instance, the impeachment, both impeachments for Trump, we find that was basically flatlined. Even though we had those monumental events occur, it really didn't change people's opinions. Now, this might happen on the margins, especially in the elections, but at this point, there has been no movement, and we don't expect a lot of movement, at least in the short to medium term.
Yeah, it seems with Donald Trump, in some ways, his base will be with him no matter what. Are you finding that any of your pollsters are either, believing that he actually paid the hush money, but they don't really care, or, is that not really clear on these polls?
No, we asked that question as well. I mean, we have 70% of Americans believe it actually happened, and approximately 50% of Republicans. And really, it's their guy, and so they don't really care. They don't see it as disqualifying. They stand behind them. We've seen this, as I've already said, with two impeachments already. And I expect to see this to continue. But yes, there's, don't touch my guy because he's my guy. Yours might be corrupt. Maybe we got to get rid of him or her, but not mine. And that's basically the perspective and the attitude that we find right now in America.
Yeah, things are so polarizing right now. And, many people are saying that Trump is going to use this indictment to his benefit and saying that, they're after me, so they're after you. That seems to be his message. But regardless of this indictment, even if he gets a conviction, he can still run for White House presidential run again. So very interesting. I'd be curious to see how your numbers change as that indictment is unsealed and we find out some of the counts and charges against the former president. Clifford Young, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks a bunch.
Have a great weekend.